News at 11.
Like these kids on the bikes, like parents, everyone's just like, get out of the way, run.
A frantic scene just outside of a Eugene high school that ended with one man dead and an officer on paid administrative leave. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Jennifer Richardson.
And I'm Brian Richardson. The officer-involved shooting was at about 2:45 this afternoon in a parking lot that was just feet from Churchill High School. Witnesses described a scene that was chaotic and at times had some fearing for their relatives' lives and that they could be shot. The investigation into what happened is our top story here at 11. Tape shielded an area off of Bailey Hill Road as investigators reconstructed a deadly shooting. A shooting that Eugene police say started as a simple traffic stop. Police say an officer pulled over the 44-year-old driver of this mini motorcycle in front of the Bailey Hill Fire Station right next to Churchill High School. Marco Vasquez and Jesse Owen watched what happened next.
He would look like he was patting him down. He pulled a knife off of him and a small hatchet or axe or tactical axe or whatever it is.
That's when they say the suspect ran.
He turned around and took off. He went into that fenced area right there, and he took off to that little grass. There's a little grass area in front of the cars.
They say the officer grabbed his radio and was then right behind him.
And he chased him, and he called. I'm pretty sure he called in a lockdown for the school.
The 4J School District says 3 schools in all went on lockdown, recognizing that the officer in distress says the school resource officer at Churchill High School. The boys wanted to help the man they described as a good cop.
Told me and my cousin, my mom, let's go help. They got out of the car, and when I approached them, the suspect had a gun in his hand, and he popped off a shot.
And like my first instinct is that my little cousin just got shot.
The teens were fine, but what followed next was heard throughout the neighborhood.
And then about 3 seconds later, we heard like 3 or 4 more, and almost instantly sirens were on.
And we were just like, run, run. Like there's people, there's like these kids on the bikes, like parents, and it was just like, get out of the way, run.
Those shots may have been the ones that killed the suspect. As for the confirmation from police, we're going to have to wait and see what they determine. But for Vasquez and many of the others who watched it unfold, they say the officer did the right thing.
There was no other option because, you know, if somebody pulls the trigger on one of the gun, what intention do they have other than hurt somebody, you know?
EPD backs up those witnesses, confirming that the suspect was armed with a gun. Lane County's interagency deadly force investigation team is now working this case. EPD praised the quick action of the officer, especially for immediately calling for the partial lockdown of the school.